Shalom. All the praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahashai, Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of JMS for the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not. By way of their forefathers seized for Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as were the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Yakali, and I'm from the JMS Jamaican Kingston Camp, and this video is about the ICBM missiles, which are created for a purpose, and they are created to bring judgment to Mystery Babylon the Great, which is a miracle, okay, in Revelation chapter 17. So here it is that we have this video right here from this dude. VFX artist reveals the true scale of nuclear explosions. Okay, and I'm going to bring out this precept first. In Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. So Esau Edom is currently ruling today, and they have been given the wisdom and knowledge to be able to create this technology. And this technology is going to be used against them to destroy America. All right? America's enemies, as well as her own allies, will turn against her and will destroy her with thermonuclear fire. Okay? And America is a very large landmass. It's very large, at least according to how Esau Edom portrays it on the world map. And Yahweh Shemishah is going to completely obliterate America, that it will no longer be inhabited. And you can read about that entire account in the book of Isaiah chapter 13. Okay, but here it is. Let's just go to some main points in this video.
This is downtown Los Angeles, and I'm gonna blow it up with a nuclear bomb. Okay, not actually. That would be too expensive, but I am going to use visual effects to show you what that would look like. You are very familiar with nuclear weapons. I mean, they're depicted in movies all the time. However, they never do a good job of showing what actually happens during a nuclear explosion. I mean, this movie would have you believe that you could survive a nuke just by getting in your fridge.
That's not how the Force works.
Even when we look at real test footage, it's still difficult to truly understand the power that's on display. They're always in these desolate, remote locations with nothing nearby to visually compare their size to. At least this test in the ocean had battleships for scale. On their own, it's just really hard to grasp the true magnitude of these explosions. Take a look at this shot. If you saw the movie Oppenheimer, then you're already familiar with the first test of a nuclear bomb, Trinity. Sure, it seems powerful, but it's not until I put the 900-foot-tall Eiffel Tower next to it that you can begin to grasp its true scale. Now, imagine instead of blowing up this bomb in the desert, it actually blew up in downtown Los Angeles. Well, you don't have to imagine this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, trust, we'll come back to this in a moment, so stay tuned.
All right, so let's jump to it.
In the first 1/1,000,000th of a second after nuclear detonation, the heat is already so extreme that a ball of plasma forms. It's a fireball so hot, it reduces everything inside it to subatomic particles. The core of our star is 15 million degrees Celsius, making it the hottest point in the entire solar system. But for a brief moment in time, it becomes the second hottest point because the core of a nuclear fireball can reach 100 million degrees. To put that in perspective, that's 20,000 times hotter than the vaporization point of diamond, one of the most resilient materials in the entire universe. So it doesn't matter if you're in a fridge or a bunker made of diamond, if you're inside of this fireball, you will get deleted from existence. All of this heat radiates outward at the speed of light, instantly scorching anything unfortunate enough to be within view. This real test footage shows the paint getting vaporized at the moment of detonation. It's quite literally a laser engraver, but like everywhere. Anything combustible immediately ignites on fire, including everything within a mile of this explosion. All the people within a mile and a half would receive third-degree burns. It's a burn so bad you don't even feel it. And looking at this test footage, what I find fascinating is that it's not actually windy. What we're seeing is the heat of the nuke pushing the smoke away like it's the solar wind or something. It's just that intense. The real wind and the most devastation is still to come. The shockwave is a sphere of high-pressure air that expands outward faster than the speed of sound. In fact, this shockwave is so powerful, it levels up into something even deadlier. When it hits the ground, it reflects back up to recombine with itself, forming what's called a Mach stem. It gives the shockwave a razor's edge, shaving the city down to rubble. It's been a few seconds at this point, but the explosion is still happening! The shockwave leaves behind a pressure vacuum which sucks all the air back in with hurricane-force winds. It's not as strong as the initial shockwave, but this is more insidious. As the air rushes back into the city, it delivers fresh oxygen to all the fire! The rushing air feeds the flames, which create fire tornadoes that swell to hundreds of feet high. This terrifying reality is called a firestorm and is exactly what happened to Hiroshima. It was a city made almost entirely.
Can you imagine the judgment from Yahweh Shemeshah, death by thermonuclear fire? Because it is coming. All right, and 2/3 of our people in America will be feeling that judgment. Can you imagine? It should put an immense amount of fear within you, you know, to not want to partake in this kind of judgment from Yahweh Shemeshah. It's very serious. And what I'm gathering is that he's really just talking about like just one hitting. But in Revelation chapter 9, it talks about the number of them is 200,000. Can you imagine? Think about it, visualize it, 200,000. And then further down in Revelation chapter 9, it gives a description of what John saw regarding the missiles. But that number that will be hitting America, I mean, it's going to be completely devastating. Completely, you know? I don't want to take, I'm not in America, you know? But I wouldn't want to take a part in that judgment or any of the judgments that will be coming from Yahweh Shemeshah in these last days. All right? You know, it's so devastating. Let's go to the book of Malachi. Chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch, right? Because America is going to be demolished, man. Obliterated. It's going to be devastated. I can't find any other words to describe how monumental the impact will be, you know? And it will be seen, you know, the elect of the nation of Israel will be seeing the judgment, because the elect will be delivered. The 1/3 in America will be delivered, and the rest of the elect will be delivered from the four corners of the earth. And it says in Revelation chapter 15 and verse 2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Shemeshah. Right? The sea of glass, because the elect will be delivered, and the elect will be in the chariots, and the elect will be looking down at the earth, looking down at America, seen as sea of glass mingled with fire. Right? It's going to be so bad. I want to get another precept in 2nd Esdras. Where am I going? Find it. I think it's in 2nd Esdras 16. Let's see. It could be 15. It's probably 15. This is good as well. But I want to get what I'm specifically looking for. Yes, judgment, man. We're in the time, heading into the time of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. You know, and that's why these chapters be coming out a lot, you know, to let people know the judgment. And here we go. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And where shall I start? All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 39. And strong winds shall arise from the east and shall open it. Yeah, you know, a lot of these missiles, when you look at the world map and how it's set, the missiles will be coming from that direction, from the east, right? Towards America, which is in the Western Hemisphere. You know, all of these other countries that will be shooting the missiles are in the Eastern Hemisphere, you know? And strong winds shall arise from the east and shall open it, and the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the star stirred to cause fear toward the east and west wind shall be destroyed. The great and mighty cloud shall be puffed up, full of wrath, and the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein. And the stars talking about the ICBM missiles. And they shall pour out over every high and eminent place an horrible star, the missiles, because when they're up in the sky before they make impact, when they're far away, they look like stars. You know, they twinkle, you know, they bling. Fire and hail and flying swords and many waters, that all fields may be full and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood and grass of the meadows, and their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, talking about America, and make her afraid. They shall come to her and besiege her, the star, the missiles, and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. Right, and you can read in Revelation chapter 18 that America will be destroyed in 1 hour. That is the judgment from the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai. Alright, so that's all I'd like to say. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemeshai Bashmakal Kodesh. Wa Abad, Babal, Shalom.